Hi everybody, welcome again back to my channel. This is your fisherman friend Ledrock, Nature Boy. Welcome back to where work is for people who don't know how to fish. We are going diving this morning, and first thing we came across was a conch, a queen conch, and this one we're not supposed to take it at this time of the year, so I'll just take a photograph of it or a video of it, let you see what it looked like, and put it back, because today is the 8th of August 2023 and they would have already placed a ban on it until next year February. So we are going to check some more traps this morning. Of course it is a day after the new moon, sorry, not the new moon but the last quarter, so the jack fish, they are here finally and we are checking them out this morning. So we are at one of our fish traps and we checked these out yesterday. So this is the first one we came across yesterday and we look at it this morning again, and as you can see by the evidence shown here that the number has been increasing, and you know there's a lot more jack in this trap than it was yesterday. So it means then that in another 24 to 36 hours we can go ahead and take this trap up and should have about 125 to about 130 pounds of jack in any one of these traps at any given time. We also have to be careful though while we're doing this, because they are predators. You have the turtles, the stingrays, the moray heel, the nurse sharks, large snappers and so on. They will take on these traps and they will break them just to get to the fish that is inside. This is another trap in the same area. This one has pretty much what it had yesterday in it. The only difference we see today are that there's some more purple fish than it was yesterday. These are the pork fish, we call them locally, and this trap is set close to the Cayman Trench. Again, it have a sudden drop off, and this morning I have to be very careful because the current is extra strong. I have to put out every effort. So if you hear me breathing, in a way heavy, it's because of the effort that I have to use to steer myself, maintaining my position along the edge of the Cayman Trench or the wall, so that I don't get sucked away by the current over into the deep. It's a very dangerous job, but if you know how to execute it, you can do it safely. And you have to, in time like these, when you have difficult circumstances, you have to call upon all the knowledge and experience that you have. You have to employ them and see to it that you do what you do safely. It is always a beauty whether the current is strong or the current is absent. Each of them present their own challenges, but they also come with their own beauty. This current is so strong that other than trying to keep myself away from going over the edge, I practically just relax and the current take me along. If you notice some of these plant like corals that are there, they are as if they are in the wind, but it is not that any wind is blowing under the water. It is just the force of the water, because the current is really the water moving in one direction. It's like, when a river come down, right, that's what is happening here. So even though the ocean may look still, when you jump in the water is moving, because it's a cycle. We'll go into that one day and to show you how the temperature of this planet is regulated by the different seas and oceans. So the water moves from one area to the other, get warm up, move to the other area, get cold down, and that cold water come back in the warm area and heat up again, and how it rises and falls during each temperature exchange. So here we have another trap with some jack, and this one have a mixture of jack and some dark teeth snapper butterfly fish. We call those red one bullet wenchman. Those are good for roasting. We always use those for roasting, or we use them for fish tea or fish soup, whatever you want to call it. So as we look at them, we try to maintain stability within the current, because this is not the time when you can get careless or reckless or unaware of your environment. You must be totally orientated about where you are, else you might end up somewhere where you don't know where you are, and that could be the end of you. So you have to be careful while doing what you're doing. So it takes every concentration. It takes muscles and lungs and heartbeat and circulation to and eyesight to keep you going. You have to use up practically all of your senses when you are in a condition like this. So the current is extra strong. Here we have some goldfish hanging out in the current again. These goldfish, about 1.5 dozen of them here. Now they doesn't trust me because they don't know if I'm a friend or a foe. Also, they would like to get away from me, but they don't want to go on the edge because they might end up being somebody's breakfast, because it's morning now that we are in this area. So they keep a safe distance between myself and them, and also the edge. They don't want to go too close to the edge, so they are a little hesitant in getting away from me going over. They rather swim up the side of the wall to escape my presence. Now, as we move along, these are some nicely formed orange sponge corals. These are soft in nature, just like sponges. I would really love to stop to get a closer look at them, but because the current is moving me along, I have to be turning my back and, you know, turning around to them and see if I can capture as much of them as possible. Now notice these plant-like corals. Oh, they look like they're in an hurricane. They are all list in one direction. That is showing you the force that the current is moving in. It would appear that it is blowing, but it is not blowing. It's just the water passing over them, and they are giving off that reaction. So this is to show you how strong the current is. I dare swim up this current. So what I do, I start checking the trap from the northwesterly direction, because I'm the north coast. I'm on the north coast. I'm in Montego Bay. So I check them from the northwesterly direction from where this current is coming. Look at this, these sea rods. Look at them just blowing. I can't even stop for a good photograph. I have to just move on. So I swim from that northwesterly direction and move along with the current and steer myself on the edge of the wall, because these jacks, they only pat or they go in the trap when they are on the edge of the wall, or if they are on a coral head that is located in a patch of white. Here's a stingray that is moving in the opposite direction. He's a strong swimmer than I am, so he can manage to go up current. All I can do is just turn around and keep my camera focused on him. Now here I go now to the final trap for the morning. And this one, yesterday when I came here, this one had about 1.5 dozen jack in it. I came here about some minutes after 11. And today I'm here about 10 o'clock now, but I'm looking at them. And man, this trap are really, the amount of jack that is in this trap, you see I have to hold onto the trap so the current doesn't take me by it. So I have to grab hold of it to anchor myself to it. The trap won't move because it is anchored on the seafloor. So these jacks are there. At this time I should take up this trap, but I can't take it up, because if I take it up and try to set it back, I risk losing the trap because the current is so strong. It might take it over the edge of the wall. So I have to leave this one and hope that it doesn't get interrupted by a predator or those, you know, pirates, because we have them at sea. They come and they see the trap, they shoot the fish out of it, or they steal the trap and the fish, you know. And that's something we need the government to, you know, put some serious laws in for these individuals, because they need to lose their fishing license and have it suspended for a time before they can, you know, go back fishing. And if after 1 or 2 offense, after 2 or 3 offense, sorry, then they should lose that license permanently. But there are those of us who spend our hard-earned cash to put our gears out there, and people just come and they just steal what is in the gear, or they steal the gears with whatever is inside of it. So this trap is, you know, very decorated. Lots of jack. So what we plan to do is to come tomorrow at about 1 o'clock when we have high slack. when the tide is at its maximum and the current is no longer running, because what is happening here is that there was a low tide and the tide is coming up, so water is rushing in from another area that is now experiencing low tide into our area that is going to experience high tide, and hence you have the current that is strong. So because we know this and we know what is happening, it is of no surprise to us. Also, it's good that it's coming from the northwest like this, because these fish are migrating. And just to pause, that what you're looking at now is a funnel, and something would have tried to go in there and open it up that wide. So I have to go back now and fix it and bring it down to the normal position that it was in. So as I was saying, these fish are migratory fish, and they will pass us on the north coast. If the current is not strong, they will not come in on our coast for shelter. So when the current is this strong, they will always come into shelter. And because we know this, because this last quarter, the magic moon we call it in August, is always a peak of the jack season. It starts about June, about July, peak August, and then in September we start having them, you know, less jack, but they are bigger in size, and there are different type of jacks. You'll have the green jack, sorry, which is yellowish in nature, in color, sorry. You have the trevally, the Arside jack, and also the, well, what's this one name again? Oh, slip my thought. But as I go on, I will remind you. I just want to say again to everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, to share, also to leave a comment. And if you have any question, ask your question. This is what we do when we do what we do, so you can get the fish in your kitchen, on your table. So the next time you get some jackfish, snapper, parrotfish, remember, this is what we do to get them. Thank you. God bless.